Hello, hello, hello. It is time to gather up, get charred. We're talking about episode 11. And this show so far, the past 10 episodes in one special, has really drilled into our heads the concept of empathy and what the show's trying to get across. Of like, understand other people, people have wants, people have desires, and just talk to people. That's empathy, empathy, empathy. And now it's time to start revealing the truth of it all and see the other side of all of that. Because the evil sisters have built a new driver in their sick as fuck gaming PC. What PC case is that? That is a PC case, and I don't know what it is. I want to find it, not because I want it, just because it's just like, I want to know the information. Give me the information. What is that PC case? And we see basically our quote-unquote status quo we've been in for the past 10 episodes of all the students, Hotaro, Rine, the other two, I can't remember their names right now, just finding chemis, hanging out, being friends, just enjoying life. It's young students, and it's like, oh, this is nice, this is good, this is sweet. Meanwhile, Teacher and Valvarad are kind of like having a discussion of like, so shit's going down, we don't know exactly what's happening, and the academy is sending someone to like audit us, and they're like, shit, fuck, okay, situation's getting weird. A amalgam shows up, a tarantula looking dude, and we have a big fun power expressive fight with Gotchard doing the whole thing. It's just very classic, very fun, as a dude just basically goes like, "You ain't hot shit," and walks away. Right? Sister scheme, and we're gonna see that in a bit. But we are back at the academy, and basically, a tablet guy is going like, "Hey, I really want to see UFO. I want to see the UFO Kimmy." And Hotaro's like, "Fuck yeah, let's go find the UFO guy." So they build all the things. They go and try and do the stuff, right? UFO pops in, does all the like, they're figuring things out, right? And that's when they're called back to the classroom, the big set, and say like, "Hey, we're being audited," and we see the two people coming from the Alchemist Association, and they're going like, "Hey, so we're here to check on these things, these specific things, right?" And the dude just goes like, "Hey, you're Gotchard. You're bullshit. Fuck you. Give me the belt." What? Yeah, no, you're trying to befriend Kimmy's. Fuck that. They're tools. And it's like, what? And like, everybody's immediately like, what the fuck, dude? So much that Valvarad is like, hey, it's Banner. It's like, hey, while I agree with you that they're tools, that ain't what you're here for, buddy. Maybe stay focused. You know? And it's just like, everyone is kind of like going like, no, Hotaro's like, truthful reason why you're doing it. Like, everyone, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna have to cut this out. Because what they're trying to figure out is who's the spy amongst the if there is a spy amongst them, if there is, why they're there, all this kind of thing. And it's like, hey, trying to get the Gotchard belt off this dude is not going to solve your thing right now. Don't do that. As the sisters start doing some fucked up shit at Rine's and Hotaro's regular high school, they're trying to find them all. Rine gets into a conversation with the eldest one, and just going like, hey, shit's just gonna fall around your ears. It's gonna be all your fault. Valvarad comes and tries to save the day, right? As Hotaro and the tablet guy run into UFO, and it's like, hell yeah, UFO, it's great, we did the thing, we're running into him. As the tarantula Malcolm shows back up and starts fighting, and it's like, what the fuck, I thought we captured you, what's going on here? Hotaro gets into a new form, does the fight, beats the tarantula, as it's revealed that the other member of the audit stole the card and became Amalgam, and she can just portal arm and grab it again. What is going on? It's seeming like the Academy may really be the real bad guy. Who would... Jesus, I'm just keep bumping my mic. Who would have thought? Except all of us whenever they brought up the Academy. This was a fantastic start to the next start. It is very clear and precise in its stance. It's very pointedly saying, Hotaro's our hero, where talking and befriending people is good. These guys are the assholes, where you treat other people like tools. Right? Hotaro works by befriending and empathy, and the Academy do not want to see the Kimi as people. Whether this can be extracted to how they treat people in general, or if it's just the Kimi, and it's like, this thing isn't a sentient being, who's to say? Because we don't know exactly how this will unfold. Will he change the alchemist's ways? Will they be destroyed by his pure Kamen Rider optimism? But now I like how we've had two distinct moments, three if you count the wrestling training from earlier on, of cheering Gotchard. We've had Kachiki, the friend from last episode, and now we have Tablet Guy this episode. Tablet Toddler. He's a tablet toddler. He watched Coco Melon too much as a kid. Very much cheering very directly Gotchard and saying like, hey, you can do this. Really focusing on empathy and encouragement, all that kind of stuff. And speaking of the Academy, of whether like, could they be aligned with the sisters? Could this be like they tasked the sisters with developing something, and like someone found out it wasn't quite on the up and up and they had to run, but the Academy is still like bankrolling them to an extent? Could that be something's going on? I'm not sure, but the sisters' plan is seemingly coming to fruition, and that's going to be exciting because boy, that suit looks interesting. This episode had great action. Characters are solid and they're still coming into their own, but they feel fully realized. The effects are limited, but not like bad, just more of like purposely budgeted, but they work really well for what they're doing. I love the suits. I love everything that they're doing with it. I love the rapid use of PNG forms this episode. Just kind of like, hey, here's our guy using his powers effectively. Here's him using the tools. Again, shitty of me to say. Here's him using all the abilities that he has at his disposal to help people, right? Like, that's cool. It's neat to see. And I cannot wait to see what happens next. But, hey, this is coming out on Thanksgiving. And I hope you're having a good one. You know what I would be very thankful for? If you liked this video, left a comment down below, and please subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on a variety of social media platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Tumblr, Blue Sky, Mastodon. All the links are in the description. You can click on them, find me there. I'm also on Discord. The Discord server is popping off. We're talking, we're hanging out, we're doing all that kind of stuff. And if you like these weekly Kamen Rider Gotchard reviews, analysis, thematic, intent videos, and you want to see more of that kind of stuff, you can always go support me for as little as $1 a month on Patreon, and you can get weekly exclusive videos. Right now I'm reviewing Ultraman Blazar, but I do hope to have other reviews in the future. But now it is time for some comments. First up is Slime Beast. Huh, that UFO thing is odd. Also, the fact that Rene likes the horror house is great. Also, Kajuki W. I love gold mech nicer, by the way. That suit is great. I love how they're going like, yeah, some of them are just big and chunky, and that's just what they do. I like the big chunky suits. I don't want to say it's like, oh, it's like Metal Hero, but it feels like it's kind of evoking those kind of big suit, less movement, more bang kind of thing. I like it. Yeah, of course Renee likes the horror stuff. All autistic girls like horror. I'm kidding. That is a horrible oversimplification of things, but yeah, it's cute that she found like fun hobbies like that. It's neat it characterizes her in a fun way. And boy, howdy, these last two episodes really make me want to see Kazuki become a side writer. Like, whether it's in the main show, a special, a movie, doesn't matter. I want to see him with a belt. Make it happen, John. Make it happen, John Toei. Next up from Fish Pop. New form was pretty cool, though I expected it to debut in the proper fight, not to finish off the tree guy from the previous episode. We even got 2 form debuts this episode, not just new form and a PNG, a Dark Rider belt, and a cool new form next week. Okay. Yeah, the suit reveals have been placed and paced weird. This one's definitely paced a little faster. You can't win them all, right? And it kind of feels like they may have just wanted to treat the firefighter suit more like a PNG that may have functioned better in the show, but I don't know. They may not be able to pick and choose which suits get made and which ones don't. Maybe it gets used more later. There's so many things that happened this last episode. We saw the belt, but we didn't see a person transform. And boy, howdy, that's going to be exciting. Next up, from Permanently Paper, though I have a feeling that is the @name and not the username. So I'm sorry if I don't remember what that would be. I thought this episode was okay. I just wish it didn't form spam us this episode with 2 new forms, even if I really like the Gold Dash form, and I don't know why the writers just didn't make the first part about the brother and make him a giant monster amalgam, and then have the sister get her heart broken at the start of this episode and turn into a battery amalgam. But overall, I rated a 4 out of 5. I can understand the pacing might be a little bit off, but I think as viewed as a whole, these 2 episodes, it works better because it's more like because you know what it is? It's 1 episode in the middle, just a full 30-minute episode with 2 half episodes at the beginning and the end that don't really specifically line up perfectly another way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's paced well, and it'll probably feel better on a binge than it does week to week. It feels awkward week to week. I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying it could have been paced. It could have been and should have been paced better, but I think there is damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah, and like I said earlier, I think the firefighter suit might have worked better as the PNG form, or like hint at the use it as the PNG and then say like, oh, maybe I can turn full later, you know. And maybe they're just rushing through a lot of the suits just because they want to get through a lot of them before the big action starts, and they want to have like, here's all the things we're doing, you know. And things happen, you know. Yeah. From Esconde. Okay, now we'll finish this. Very fun that Hotaro says this after the previous finisher attempt failed. I'd like to see more of this. In awe of the size of the lad, Gold Mech Encore. Love that it had an axe kick for its finisher, and the tidbits Sabimaru said in the later fight about how Gold Dash's properties make it a good matchup into an electric opponent. It's become my second most favorite suit of the whole show after Valvarad. Apparently, the show writer was asked to add that re-meeting scene between Kazuki and Hijiri after the mind wipe. I'm glad they got more hopeful result, because man, Kazuki does not deserve to go through a depressing outcome like that. It's interesting that while our heroes won, so did the 3 sisters, with them capturing the level 10 UFO Kemi. People discussed online that the show has finished its first arc, and that the next episode would be kicking off a new one. And yeah, this episode did kick off a new one. And let's just be honest here. Let Hotaro say fucking finally, right? It's just like, God, fucking finally. Okay, cool. Let me kick some shit. I love the variety of the suits we're getting. It's nice. It's varied. It's a lot of like cool differences. It's big blasty guy, good punchies, good zaps. Like, it feels like I wouldn't say they're putting a lot of budget into it, but it feels like they're putting a lot of thought into how to make a good wide variety of suits and abilities and all that kind of stuff. That added scene was good, but like, part of me is also going like, if you like kept them separate and didn't have that re-meet, it would really just drive home like hearts, right? Of just like, you erase the thing and like you can't get that back, right? So keep these moments and the sympathy you have and keep it tight and hold on to it, that kind of thing. But reuniting does show that there's like hope for our heroes to like truly and confidently accomplish their goals. So like, it's weighing your options, and I think having a hopeful good end to that works. But that's the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Follow me on all the places. Join the Discord server. We hang out. We shitpost. We post cute pictures of animals and everything. But till next time, keep on keeping on. Thank you all my Patreon supporters, but a big thank you to Scott Firestein, one of the baddest dudes.